everyone, and welcome back to Sri Lanka's Marvel by Sahashra Karunarathne. And today I just thought to tell you something about the tourist destination Sigiriya. So let's get started with our today's work. Sigiriya. Sigiriya was designated as a World Heritage Site in 1982. And also it is considered as the 8th marvel of the world. It is famous for its palace ruins on the top of the 200 meters high rock, and also with wonderful things such as frescoes, mirror wall, etc. The distance from Colombo Fort to Sigiriya is 179 kilometers, and it is on the way to Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa, which are two historical places to visit in Sri Lanka. And also the closest city to Sigiriya is Dambulla, and the distance from Dambulla to Sigiriya is 25 kilometers. And if you want to climb Sigiriya, here are some advices. Buy or take water before entering the Sigiriya premises, and it is such a long hike, okay? So when it comes to climbing further, you'll sweat and also you'll be thirsty. So, and also another thing that you should do is to take a hat with you to protect yourself from direct sunlight. And also it is better to start climbing as early as possible to protect yourself from sunlight and to avoid getting bored because of direct sunlight. And now let's have a glance at the history of Sigiriya. And the term Sigiriya is a Sinhala name, and that particular name comes with two joined words, Singha and Giri. And the English name for the name Singha is lion, and the English name for the phrase Giri is mouth. So the lion's mouth symbolizes the term Sigiriya. And when it comes to history of Sigiriya, there are two stories. And the first story lies with King Kashaba, whereas the second story lies with King Ravana. So first let's discuss about the story of King Kashaba. And the story which lies with King Kashaba is that Prince Kashaba seized the throne from the king, that means from his father, King Dhatusena, following a coup which was helped by Megara, and Megara was the army commander in the king's army. And the reason to help by Megara was that Megara was eagerly waiting to get revenge from King Dhatusena because of the death of his own mother. And after that, King Kashaba murdered his father by walling him up alive. And because of that incident, Prince Mughal escaped to India. And after his father's death, King Kashaba was really worried because he was a murderer and he killed his own father. And he just went on doing religious activities, but somehow he got to know that Prince Mughal was organizing a fight against King Kashaba to get his kingship back. And there, because of being afraid, he had chosen the giant rock Sigiriya to build up his fortress on the top of the giant rock. And that is the first story of Sigiriya. And the second story lies with King Ravana. So let's have a glance at that too. Some people say that the fortress which is on the top of the Sigiriya rock is just like the King Ravana's Alakmandava, whereas some people say the fortress on the top of the rock is King Ravana's Alaka Mandava. So we can accept both, and it has become argumentative whether King Kashaba or King Ravana was the owner of the fortress on the top of this rock because of the paw of the lion. A lion has 4 fingers in his front leg. So the people who argue that this castle belongs to King Kashapa say that the 4th finger is broken in the paw of the entrance. And whereas the people who say this castle belongs to King Ravana argues that this would not be a paw of a lion and this is a leg of a bird, and for the most time it would be an eagle or else a mythical creature named Gurula. And when it comes to some frescoes, there are frescoes which depict that people emerging from the sky and they are on the clouds and they are just floating. And there are legends which say Sigiriya was built with the help of the gods. And there, some people believe that Sigiriya is the gateway between the human world and the God's world. And the mirror wall too plays a significant role when it comes to Sigiriya. So in the mirror wall, there are of course more than 1,500 poems written on that. So for the most time, those poems are addressed to the ladies who are there on the frescoes. And men have praised their beauty, whereas females have shared their envy towards those ladies. And Professor Sanrat Paramittana was the pioneer in discovering the poems in the mirror wall. So now I'm just gonna recite a poem which was there in the mirror wall, and that is Budalmi Siola Ami Sihigiri Balimi ki Bohojana Lituyen Nalemi. And the meaning is I am Budal, and the writer's name is Budal, and I came to see Sigiriya with thousands of people, and each and everyone wrote a poem, but I didn't. But the thing is that literally his words had become a poem itself. And that is the end of our today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and added something new to your own encyclopedia. And if you have any inquiry, please comment that down below. And we'll meet you soon with another video. Stay connected with Sri Lanka's Marvel by Sahashra Karunarathne, and ta-ra for now.